unnecessary intro song to totally waste your time.
What are you sure about? Huh? What are you absolutely certain is true? No doubt. Totally certain. Anything? You know, certainty's popular. And I don't know why. I don't know why people look for certainty. I don't know why people... Well, I guess I do know why. It's because you're inexperienced or young, I think. It's when you find solace and certainty in others. But more than that, I think it's laziness. You know? Nobody's sure about things. Like, what are you sure about? What are you sure about? You're human? Yeah. Let's keep it a bit basics. That you love your kids? Yeah. Even then, you know. That you need food? You know, basic shit you can be certain about. But predicting the future, philosophy, the afterlife, the meaning of life, I don't know, man. But being a merchant in uncertainty is certainly no popular way to be. If you look at pundits, the pundits that rise to the top are the fucking idiots that speak with certainty. Exclamation points. They know. They're positive. They know what's going to happen. They know who said what. And they know what you're thinking. They know your secret motives. They know your secret thoughts. They know because they just know. Oh, you just know. Oh, you just know he's thinking this. Oh, you just know if it happened this way, it would be... That's such a popular phrase. Oh, you just know. No, you don't. You can speculate. You know? I just would wish that culture could change in a way where people who expressed certainty emphatically would automatically trigger not trust, but distrust. I mean, that's how I find intelligent people in my world, is when I'm asking them a question and they have an answer, but they think. You can see them thinking. I don't know, it could be this or it could be that. You know? Could be a number of things. That's how you know you have a... It seems like, you know, I yammer on about competence all the time, and so it's a tricky little dance. You know, let's say you go to a mechanic. Hey, mechanic, my car's not working. You know, oh, what are the Simpsons? Oh, it's making this clunkety clunk sound. Oh, well, that's a this. Really? You know that just from the clunkety clunk? Yep. Bring it in, we'll fix it. Is that a guy to trust? He seems so smart. Boy, he knew exactly what the problem was just by me saying clunkety clunk. You know, maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. But I prefer the guy that goes, well, it could be a lot of things. Lots of things that could go clunkety clunk. Could be a wheel that's out of alignment. Could be your engine. Maybe there's an engine mount. Maybe something's off. There's lots of things that could go clunkety clunk. You know, we'd have to try some things. Oh, yeah, incompetent. You should just know. You should be able to, you know, ascertain, read my mind. I think the bad news is that the certain guy gets the most business. While the guy who is being honest and saying, I don't know, it could be a lot of things. We can check some. You got to bring it in. We'll figure it out. Is seen as being incompetent. Doesn't know what he's talking about. Guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. That guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. People that admit they don't know what they're talking about are my kind of people, you know? When you can follow anything up with maybe, or maybe not, there's so many chances for variables in the world that those who don't acknowledge them are just, what use are they really? You know? I don't find certainty is it has its place, you know. Knock, knock, knock. The building's on fire. Everybody out. You sure? Yes. Out. You know, he says while his hair is singed and smoking. It's a good time for certainty, you know. But if you apply that same kind of adamant thing, the world is going to end because Donald Trump. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, you're a fucking idiot. There's no certainty there. Not a place to employ certainty. The world is going to end in 12 years. Are you sure? Yes. Well, you're an idiot. Too many variables. Shut up and get out of my way. I don't mind talking about projections, you know, and what do you call them? You know, speculations, predictions. It's fun. It can be fun. Isn't it weird when people just get so certain about things? I know it will happen. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what will happen almost ever. Maybe certain things. I know that if I hold a lighter underneath this fuse, it will ignite. And perhaps, if we're lucky, blow up a piece of dynamite. Repeatability. But that doesn't apply to other sorts of predictions where there are too many variables. I don't know. Well, if you don't know, then why the fuck am I even listening to this, man? I could be listening to a podcast of people who know shit. Yes, you could. Yes, you could. There are a lot of podcasts out there of people who are certain about shit. They know shit. When you go around like me saying, I don't know, could be this, could be that. Could be lots of different things. Doesn't get people excited. It's a real conflict. You know, how do you get people to be excited about uncertainty? It's a weird thing. But I want to. I want people to become more uncertain about things. It's not that bad. It's pretty good, actually. Uncertainty is not as bad as people think. Even saying, that's kind of fun. Acknowledging that you're not as smart as you could be is wise, and it's fun. You don't have to pretend. And pretending is fun. That's what I mean. Let's just don't cheapen the certainty for when it's necessary, like when the building is on fire. If you don't pretend to be certain about all the other Chicken Little bullshit, then when the building's on fire, that certainty really has punch. Or when you really did see the guy raping the poor innocent goat, you know you can identify him. Because you are certain, and you didn't blow your load pretending to be certain about Donald Trump and Nancy Pelosi. Oh, God. I could talk about those two, but aren't you hearing enough of them? But you probably want to hear more, don't you? I find that people just want to hear more. More. Give me more. Whatever the current thing is. Gotta stay current. Stay narrow, focused. Don't talk about broad concepts. It's boring. I need to know what's going to happen in the future. I need a good analyst, a good predictor. I need a prophet. I need a crystal ball. I need someone who knows what's going to happen in the future. Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Oh, and we're so forgiving, too. Aren't we so forgiving? It's so weird how there are people in the media who constantly make predictions. Oh, and it's going to be this way. A pundit is positive things are going to go this way. And then they don't go that way. And then for some reason, they are still at it. And people still listen. It's like people completely forget when people's predictions go wrong. I mean, I don't want to bring poor little Alex Jones into this, but that was one of my big problems with Alex Jones is that, back when Obama was president, he was constantly predicting that there was going to be nuclear war, that the FEMA camps were being set up, that all those coffins on the trains were going, and he was positive this is going to happen. The time is nigh. He's seen the white papers. He's got it. He knows exactly what's going to happen. And alarm, and he's positive. You don't really hear the apologies for when it doesn't go through. It's like, okay, I was making predictions. I was freaking myself out, and a lot of that time that's what people are doing. That you just know that's what's gonna happen. No, you don't. You're paranoid, and that's not that big of a deal. It keeps you safe, keeps you prepared to be a little bit scared of shit. Fear is not the worst thing. You can't let it control you, but it does keep you safe. At least it keeps you cautious and careful. I think being careful is even better than being cautious. Proceed with care. Make sure you see where your foot is landing. Or maybe not, I don't know. What am I talking about? You don't want to concentrate on your feet too much. Just walk. If you start thinking about walking, it gets weird. Try that today. When you're walking, think about your walk. Might fuck you up. I'm positive. Anyway, I don't know what I got on here to say. I'm in my van. I'm in Salt Lake City. For the holidays. Christmas. The birthday of Jesus Christ. Old JC, the big J. JC. There's a lot of certainty about that guy, that's for sure. A lot of people certain about old JC. He had a lot of rules, fulfilled a lot of rules, had some interesting advice for people. Pretty good advice, if you look at it all. But boy, some people are very certain that you gotta think about Jesus and let him in your heart and let him live there. Oh, that stuff is so weird. That kind of certainty, boy, that's when it gets really weird. Oh, man. That's when you just go, oh, shit. What do I do with you? How do I have a conversation with you when you're so certain about this or that? Especially that ghost shit. Having a personal relationship with a dead guy. Oh, I don't know. And you'll meet people now that they're kind of Christians, and they'll be like, yeah, it's cool, it's whatever. Not certain. Not certain is better. You're going to make a more fun friend if you stop being so goddamn certain about shit. You'll be less of a burden to those around you. I think so. Depending on who you're hanging out with, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe certainty is the best way to be. Just trudging through life knowing everything. Confident, bold. I know everything. Let's be honest. You don't really want to have a lawyer represent you. This is like, I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Actually, you know what? I would want a lawyer like that. Somebody goes, hey, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. He could have killed his grandma. But, he might have. But it would have been difficult since he was in New Jersey and she was in California. Maybe he had a death ray. Yeah, I'd actually like to hear an attorney talk about like that. I don't know, maybe he did it. Maybe he took a flight from New Jersey to California. Maybe he had a supersonic jet, and was able to fly there in 5 minutes and fly back. Maybe he's got a teleportation machine. See? Even that uncertainty is kind of fun, right? It's fun to listen to. I don't know, maybe he did it. Maybe he cloned himself. I don't know. There might be clones. What do I know? I'm just a stupid attorney. I'm just a caveman lawyer. Yeah, certainty. Just give it a shot. Would you just give it a shot? Huh? Next time you're adamant, like, even if you're certain about yourself, this is the part where this is where it's most frustrating talking to people, is when they're certain about even themselves in the future. In fact, I think I get more frustrated with people that are just like, I will never like XYZ. I've never liked tomatoes. I never will like tomatoes. You're eating salsa right now. You don't know what you're going to feel in the future. You don't know what you're going to be like. You don't know. Any old person can tell you this. Well, not any old people. There's a lot of old people who will never admit a goddamn thing. They decided they're going to be a certain way when they were 18, and they spent their whole goddamn life defending that position that they took then. I don't understand people that don't want to change and adapt and grow and flow, learn new things. And I that's the difference, I think, between smart people and dumb people, is that smart people adapt and change when they have new information. And it's easy for them. Why? Because they didn't express certainty in the first place. Certainty gets you into trouble. If you pound your fist over and over again saying, I am positive, there is no doubt in my mind that Sasquatch stole my carrot. Turns out Sasquatch was in New Jersey. Couldn't have possibly stolen your carrot. There's video of him eating an apple in New Jersey. He didn't steal your carrot. And then you feel dumb, right? You got to double down. What's the difference, Sasquatch? It gets you into trouble. Lighten up. Stop being so certain. And then you can go. You can adapt easily. Your pride doesn't need to get involved. In fact, why don't you start associating your pride with your lack of certainty, your ability to wonder and explore and to peruse all the information. Maybe use that as your badge of honor. Huh? Give it a try. Anyway, happy holidays. Thanks for listening.